Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to the Bühler booth. Can I get a show of hands of anyone who's born in 1981? Anyone born in 1981? Okay, we've got one, two, couple. Well, happy birthday this year. Somebody else is turning 45 this year, and that would be the MDDK roll stand. The MDDK roll stand was also known as the Airtronic, and it earned its name because of the compressed air that was used to control feed rate. A little slide gate above the feed roll went up and down under the power of compressed air, earning it its nickname. The second feature that really earned it its fame and its reputation in the milling industry was the force fit roll pack. Traditionally, roll stands used their rolls secured only at the bottom of the sturdy metal base. MDDK featured for the first time a mechanical closure above the roll gap. That roll gap was now more secure than ever and ensured a consistent grind and made it famous. So over the course of its near 20-year lifespan, the MDDK sold 24,000 units around the world. Is this not, speakers not working? People over here are saying they can't hear. It's in my mouth. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm feeling that there's all sorts of sound distortion when I hold it too close. So sorry about that. 24,000 units around the globe for the MDDK, so it was exceedingly popular. In the North American region, it sold about 1,000 units, just a little bit under that. So quite successful. Around the turn of the millennium, we replaced it with the Dolomite roll stand known as the MDDP and the MDDQ. This group of roll stands was very similar, built on the architecture that made MDDK famous with a couple of changes. The electric motor feed roll was now controlled by a VFD, so gone was the air-powered slide gate. Also, there was a push-button controller, initially known as the MEAF, that was introduced, and then later followed by the MEAG controller. The MDDP also featured much tighter panel tolerances to create a much more hygienic roll stand. Over the course of its nearly 20-year lifespan, it was also very popular around the world, selling 22,000 units. However, in the North American region, it struggled to sell 500. So how does a roll stand go from selling 1,000 units to just barely squeaking into 500 over a similar period of time when it was almost the same roll stand? Well, for one, those added features caused a little bit of price creep. It got a little bit more expensive. And during this time, we had increased competition on the low end from some of our rival manufacturers. Internally at Bühler, we had a philosophy shift in the US that started targeting premium roll stands, like the MDDM and the MDDR, that featured double-walled stainless steel panels for thermal and sound deadening insulation properties. Those roll stands also featured a double roll pack for rapid roll changes. And even the MDDR featured cast aluminum panels that were extremely aesthetically pleasing. That roll stand also made a target to try to fully automate roller mills with inline particle size analysis and automatic roll gap adjustment. Surely getting cannibalized from both the top end and the bottom end of the price spectrum hurt MDDP sales here in the US. So anyone who raised their hands or has turned 45 already will acknowledge looking in the mirror and acknowledging that you're now closer to 50 than you are to 40 is hard. And if you happen to be a machine like an MDDK running in a mill 24/7, not getting your evenings and weekends off to recuperate, the costs associated with keeping these old machines running in the face of increasing part scarcity can be tough. So as you're struggling and weighing the options of what to do with this roll stand, Bühler engineers decided it was time for a third generation MDDK. So I introduced to you this week, and some of you have already heard, that we are unveiling the Arrakis roll stand. This roll stand will simply be known as MRRK for both single and double high. That is our first innovation. There will only be one letter designation, so some of this word salad is going to get a little bit easier for you. The roll stand also features, we're moving back to MDDK's slide gate. However, similar to our latest generation of servo drive weighing and dosing devices, we have switched from compressed air raising and lowering that slide gate to using a linear line drive, linear electric line voltage motor that will raise and lower the slide gate, taking signals from a load cell in the hopper. Underneath this, the slide or the feed roll will be powered instead of electric motor by belt drive. There's a power takeoff through a two-step speed reduction belt drive transmission, and then underneath this roll is a trap door. So as you are grinding and have a shutdown and you need to evacuate the product or you're ready for a clean out, instead of removing a belt drive roll pack, which would be pretty cumbersome, we simply push a button, the trap door opens, and all the unground product is drained out through the bottom of the roll stand instantly, making cleanup a snap. If Brett Poland, Corey Lair, or my homie Bill Ritchie has been in your neighborhood recently and sold you rolls for your MDDKs, Bühler engineers have decided that those were the exact rolls we were going to use on MRK, so you already have spares on hand. Similarities don't stop there though. The center lines on the grinding rolls and the footprint are exactly the same on the MRK as MDDKs, making the swap from an old roll stand to a new roll stand a snap. The same or a very similar but modernized version of that force fit roll pack is featured in Arrakis. So these roll stands will deliver the exact characteristic and grinding that you were used to and earned those 1,000 units of sales for the MDDK. We're going to recreate that magic with this roll stand. And speaking of the ground, MRK features a solid cast iron base surrounded by single-walled mild steel surround enclosure with the tightest clearances that we've done yet. This will result in a very hygienic design at a very attractive price. Some might say that price itself isn't innovative. However, all the work and all the listing that we did to you over the years is a response, and I believe is innovation. The Arrakis roll stand comes in a variety of configurations, including single and double high. You can choose from 250 or 300 millimeter diameter rolls, and three of the most common lengths of rolls: 1,000, 1,250, or 1,500 millimeter rolls. There's even an available touchscreen panel to control. You can order it without it if you would like to economize further. And even without that control panel, you still can access through a Wi-Fi network on a mobile device like a tablet or a mobile phone, giving you just the right amount of modern convenience. Collectively, the best part, and I think the most exciting reason to be pumped up for this roll stand, is that the most expensive model we offer is going to cost less than $80,000 for a double high, loaded with all of the features available, the touch panel, and a set of hand tools. So as you go back to your roller mills and you look down the aisle and you wonder, is it worth it to maintain it, refurbish it, overhaul it, the downtime, the price, the parts, the manpower, you're still going to have an old roll stand. Let's start fresh with an Arrakis, an MRK, replace all of those, like for like. We're going to reuse the holes in your floor. We're going to reuse the suspensions and motors under your floor. So please stick around the booth, or over the coming weeks, reach out to one of your account managers, and let's discuss how Arrakis MRK can help you mill your way. So who had a birthday closest to today and is turning 45? I've got a May 27th. Anyone competing with that? Oh, he's an employee, he's not eligible.
Right here.
Happy birthday. And also, I'm extremely excited that one of my customers from General Mills, Fridley, Minnesota, Andy Fournier, was the winner of the Millmaster, a late addition to the leaderboard. So congratulations, Andy. Enjoy spending the cash.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.